I don't really know where to start this video. And it's really late. Well, not really late, but it's late at night, and I didn't think about doing it till now. I've only seen this stuff recently, like a couple hours ago, but you probably saw it by now. Uncharted movie trailer. And I gotta be honest, this looks like a pile of crap. It does. I'm a fan of the series. I've played all the games, except for the PS Vita one. I didn't play that one. I'm not a die-hard fan, but I'm a fan. You know, I like the game. I like the games. And this ain't it. I have no words for this. A friend of mine did a trailer reaction video to this. He seems to be more fair with this trailer than I'm going to be. So if you want to see that video, check it out right here. But I'm not being fair for this because I don't think I should be fair for this choice. And I'm not the only one here when I say that this movie looks horrible. It looks like poor choices being made here. If you go on IGN's trailer video for this, you'll see in the comments various users who have the same thoughts about this movie not being what we expected it. Now, it looks like they are going with a origin story for Nate and Sully where they meet up, but we already have a pretty good origin story from the third game. If you don't know about it, play the third game or look at it on YouTube. Pretty interesting story how they met in the third game. But with this, no. Nuh-uh. And you should know by now that Sony in their movies are often not good. Okay? Let's see. They had the recent Ghostbuster movies. I don't really care about Ghostbusters, but for the Ghostbusters fans, they hated the recent Ghostbuster movies. Amazing Spider-Man, trash. What else did they do that was pretty trash? Venom 2. And it's not just Sony and their movies. It's also these video game movies that get live action. They don't work. They don't. Going from as old as Mario Brothers to as recent as Monster Hunter. Right? All these video game movies, majority of them suck. Mario Brothers, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, all the live action Street Fighter movies, Doom, all the Resident Evil movies, Monster Hunter. Sonic the Hedgehog I actually enjoyed. Despite me hating Sonic, I hate Sonic the Hedgehog, but I actually enjoyed that movie. And I enjoyed the first Mortal Kombat movie, and I somewhat enjoyed the most recent Mortal Kombat movie. But mostly all the other video game movies suck. And this could be no exception. It could be the same thing. Now, a couple of friends of mine on Xbox, we were chatting on Xbox tonight, and they told me about the fan-made Uncharted short film. It's about 15 minutes long with Nathan Fillion. That 15 minutes looked amazing for an Uncharted movie. Why not take that idea and use your studio and your budget and make that into a full-length movie? Which, if you haven't seen it, like I didn't watch it till tonight, go check it out on YouTube. You can just type it in. It'll be right there on the top. It works in so many ways based on performance, based on the believability of these actors playing these characters, the way they look like the characters. Even in a scene, spoiler, but there's a scene in that short film where Nate is shooting at some bad guys, and you can see in his face the nervousness that Drake would portray in the games. You can see him as Drake. But here, no. Not to mention Sully so far doesn't have the mustache, and you gotta have Sully with the mustache. This is what the Sully looked like in the short film, and this is what Drake looked like in the short film as Nathan Fillion. I'm happy to see Chloe is in the movie. I love Chloe as a character. I don't know much about the actress who's playing her, so hopefully it's done justice with Chloe. But you expect me to believe a actor who's been playing a teenage superhero for all these years is now going to be an adult treasure hunter? No. There is a scene in the trailer where they copy the scene from the third game with the plane. That's the only thing from the trailer that I enjoyed. Everything else is not working for me. And this is basically like an angry rant for you guys. If you haven't noticed by now, obviously. But it is so ridiculous. Now, if they had taken the idea and made it into an animated movie the same way they made Spider-Verse, we would have a great Uncharted movie. Same way that the Mario movie coming out next year is an animated movie by Illumination and not a live-action movie. That would have been a better idea, and you could bring back the voice actors from the games to make them play these characters, and it'll be a much better experience. Then you got to figure out what they're going to do with the sequel, because they mentioned his brother in the trailer. So either he'll be in this movie or he'll be in the sequel, which means the movie has to do well enough to get a sequel, hopefully, I'm assuming. But I don't think this is a good choice for the movie. I think it's really stupid. I don't like the fact that Mark Wahlberg is playing Sully. I don't think Tom Holland is a good choice for Nathan Drake. I'm going to read some of these comments from IGN just because they have more to say than I can say. There's one here that says, you got Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake, but he's acting like Tom Holland. You got Mark Wahlberg playing Sully, but acting like Mark Wahlberg. Let's see, we got another comment here that says, let's just announce that Michael Cera has been cast for Solid Snake. I want you to keep that in mind right there, because that's kind of why I feel with this movie. Having this movie with these casting choices, it's kind of like making a live-action Halo movie where Master Chief doesn't wear the helmet. It just doesn't work. That's not how it is. I don't really have high hopes for this movie to be successful, being that it's also a video game movie, being that it's by Sony, and being that these casting choices are just not fit for these roles, in my opinion. Now, some of the other movies that I want to talk about with Sony, more specifically the Spider-Man movies. Amazing Spider-Man was by Sony, was horrible. The Tom Holland movies were only good because they had Disney and Marvel to help them out with the projects and to back them up. But if it wasn't with Disney and Marvel, those Tom Holland movies would probably be shitty as well. And I think this is just a way to promote the remastered of 4 and Lost Legacy, because that is coming out, I believe, next year for PS5 and PC. And that's what this probably is. It's just a advertising stunt to get you to buy those games again and on PC. Wow. And I can think of other choices for these characters too. Like Pierce Brosnan can maybe play Sully. Tom Selleck can maybe play Sully. Nathan Drake, a bit more difficult given that Nathan Fillion already looks like a perfect Nathan Drake for to play that role. This is just stupid, and there's not much more I can say about it. The movie comes out in February, so about 4 months away. Less than that even, because we're near the end of October. Yeah, about 4 months or so. I have no words other than that. So that's my video. At least Sonic did well enough to get a sequel with Idris Elba as Knuckles. So I'm probably gonna watch it because of Idris Elba. The Mario movie has an interesting cast. That's another thing. I think the cast for the Mario movie is great. With the exception of Chris Pratt. I don't really like Chris Pratt, and people are a bit worried about him being Mario. But the fact that it's gonna have Jack Black and Keegan-Michael Key and there's another one, Seth Rogen. Those are great actors, and in my opinion. Look at the upcoming Crypto movie with the superhero pets. It has Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart and Keanu Reeves. So at least those, they know what they're doing an animated style instead of a live action, because these live action video game movies do not work. If they ever make a Devil May Cry live action, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. If they ever make a God of War live action, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, because it's not gonna be good. So stop making these bullshit ass video game movies, because they don't work. They don't work.